Good day. In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to set up heterogeneous replication between Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server databases using Repstance. The databases were installed in AWS Cloud environment. ORADB is the Oracle database, and MSQLDB is the MS SQL Server database. There is an SOE schema in the Oracle database, which contains 11 tables pre-populated with data. MS SQL Server has the ORADB database, which is currently empty. We're going to replicate all data located under SOE schema from Oracle database into MS SQL Server. So let's go and create SOE schema in MS SQL Server. Now the schema has been created and we can move forward and start the replication configuration. The Repstance server is delivered as an AMI paid instance and is accessible from the AWS Marketplace. It supports both Oracle and MS SQL Server databases as source and target. In the AWS Marketplace, there is also Repstance Advanced Edition product, which implements the same functionality as this version of Repstance does, but in addition it supports PostgreSQL and MySQL databases as a target. In this demo, we will use Repstance products supporting Oracle and MS SQL only. We're going to use the recommended M5 large instance. Let's go to the instance and give it a name. There are currently only 3 possible ways to configure a Repstance server. They are the UI, command line interface, and REST API. In this demonstration, we will use the UI. Now that we have the instance launched, UI version will be available at this IP address, port number 3000. We are using HTTPS for communication. Now let's browse to the Repstance UI. The product is initially supplied with a self-signed certificate, which may be replaced with the required security level certificate if needed. The default username is Repstance and password is the instance ID. When first run, Repstance launches a wizard to configure the replication processes. The first step is to provide the source database details. We will use Oracle as the database type and EasyConnect as a connection type. Let's provide these database connection details. If it is necessary to capture data from an Oracle pluggable database, this database name needs to be provided in DB section. Otherwise, this section can be empty. Service name is ORADB. We will need to provide a username and a password at this stage. Repstance needs a set of minimal database objects to function, and if these objects have not been installed yet, Repstance will propose you create them. The source database is now ready for replication. Now we need to configure a capture process which will extract data from this database. We need to provide a name for the capture process. This name will then be used by an apply process to identify which capture process is providing the data. Now we need to provide any DML and DDL replication criteria. As we're going to use a simple configuration, we will just replicate all DML and DDL changes in the SOE schema. We provide SOE as a schema mask and use the % symbol in order to match any tables in this schema. So now all these tables will be replicated into the MS SQL ORADB. On this form, we can provide details on how to synchronize any tables before starting the replication process. We will synchronize all the tables with C option, which means that a table will be created on the target side if it doesn't already exist. On this form, it is also possible to configure complex transformation rules, but since we will not be covering this in this video, for now we will skip this step. We can now see the list of the tables which will be included in the DML and DDL replication and which will be synchronized. We will now run the capture process. Having done that, let's configure the target database. Here we will use MS SQL Server as database type, and now we need to provide connection details. We're going to prepare the target database. The next step is to configure the apply process. All connection details and capture names were populated automatically, and we will leave them as they are. We will change the DDL processing parameter to the dictionary instead of native, which means that Repstance will build any DDL statements itself, depending on the target database type. Native means that Repstance will execute exactly the same DDL statement which was found on the source database. For any heterogeneous replication, it is recommended to set this parameter to dictionary. Now let's run the apply process. Here we can see the two processes which we just created. Let's hit the refresh button. We can see the capture process has already completed the initial data extraction. It took about 1.5 minutes to get all 11 tables, which contain more than 13 million records. The average speed is about 150,000 records per second. The apply process is loading SOE car details table now. Let's wait for a short while for apply process to complete the loading on the MS SQL side. Now the tables are all synchronized. It took around 2 minutes to load data into MS SQL. Approximate load speed is 113,000 records per second. Here we can see that number of the records is now the same for both source and target. Let's take a look at the MS SQL database. Here we can see that all the tables were created in the SOE schema. Also, we can see 3 tables created by Repstance to support the replication. Let's compare number of records in the order items table in the Oracle and MS SQL databases. We can see that the number of records is the same. Now let's run benchmark tests on the Oracle database to see how the replication is going. We use Swing Bench to generate load in the Oracle database. Let's switch to Repstance. We can see the replication is running and Repstance has already captured 14,975 transactions and 10,299 of them were already applied. Lag between source and target database is 6 seconds. Now let's stop the tests. Let's hit refresh button. We can see that number of transactions is the same and numbers of insert update statements are the same as well. Let's calculate count on the order items table. It is 4,494,178 records in the Oracle database. The same number is in the MS SQL Server target database. This is the end of our demonstration. If you need any additional information, please visit us at our website www.repstance.com. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.